Hello friends, very good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Talent Traders. And myself Bala here. I welcome you all to my channel. And this video I'm going to discuss about one of the scanner based on the ADR. So while using the ADR indicator that was working good and well in an intraday. So we have already developed a dashboard for a breakout stocks in 15 minutes like that. So in this particular dashboard we are using the breakout stocks on first 15 minutes and second 15 minutes and the third 15 minutes. Mostly the first 15 minutes breakout it is more powerful compared to the second and third. So today we have a lot of stocks in the first 15 minutes. So only we have to take a topmost stocks in the morning. So which you have seen OFSS. I think in the last 2 days the stock is performing very well. I think more than 25% yesterday. I tried for an option, but it was not a liquid. In Manapuram, India Mart, and Cummins India, I think in the morning. So we are looking at those stocks, which is in the top list in the first 15 minutes. So these are all the stocks which is happening on the second 15 minutes, and this one which is happening on third 15 minutes. Same like that for negative side. That means the downside stocks, and above one is the upside stocks. So let me check a random one, India Mart, OFSS, India Mart. So if you are looking at option trading, so based on the stock selection, you should focus only liquid stocks. For example, India Mart is not a liquid one, and most important thing, so you need to calculate the risk reward ratio. And if you are looking at this buying an India Mart above to this high, around 2649, maybe ADR low is around 2548, almost more than 100 point. So it is not a good for taking that much of risky. Okay, so and the stop loss is something around the lower level of the candle. So that is even used to simply ignore. And the second stock which you are looking at OFSS, that was in first candle is a big one. So after this first candle from 6.9, and if you are keeping a stop loss around 6,618, 6,900, almost 7,000 to 300 point. But yesterday you can look at this the first candle where it is given you the breakout 5850. The stop loss would be 5650, nearby 200 point. But it was giving you such a big move and opened by the gap up, and it was a very great move yesterday. And Manapuram that maybe works well today. The first candle, let me check this first candle here, that is exactly closed, and from that point, so you can look at the risk for the trade which is very less. So maybe if I'm taking the high and if I'm keeping the low below the lower ADR, which one is a lower, maybe ADR 5 high, so maybe around 1 rupee risk, so that may be okay, and it is finally moves towards such a big, and something like that which you are using and some other stocks. And downside Zeal, Dixon are those, and Indusian Bank, or maybe Zeal in the first 15 minutes. Here is the big candle, maybe if I'm going for a downside. And if you are looking at a Zeal, that ADR value which you are looking for, that ADR is entirely very narrow. I can look at this, the ADR value is entirely very narrow. So if I find out the very narrow ADR, so maybe a trending day which we can expect, or even more powerful breakdown or breakout which we can expect. Maybe here I'm keeping the stop loss, so very small risky, and it is giving you such a good downside move. Maybe here at the point where it is taken maybe some spike which is happening closing hours, but meanwhile, so from the beginning it is keep on moving down. So here where we find out is a narrow, very tight range, both the ADR 5 and 10. So both ADR 5 and 10 very narrow. And today's video I'm just going to create a one more scanner to find out tomorrow stocks which forming a narrow ADR. Okay, so that I'm going to discuss with you in this video. And downside like Dixon and Indusian Bank, Chola Finance, lot of stocks. So those who are already used my premium group, so you will get that scanner also. Today we have updated some 3 scanners, huge one in Dixon and Indusian Bank. Indusian Bank, that is another one. So after breaking the low, it was keep moving lower. And any other stocks which is happening on the first second candle. So I think some of them is on Chola Finance, something like that. And third candle Gujarat Gas, Chola Finance. The first candle that given you the breakdown. So immediately 3 candles is down, and then maybe if you are keeping your ADR above, it is what triggered your stop loss, and then second time opportunity which is around 1272, now that time, so 20 point plus. So if you are looking at this narrow ADR, that may be working some perfect. So based on the scanner, today's scanner, which we are going to simply create you the narrow for tomorrow. So previously which we are going to find out today's stocks, but in this video I'm just going to create a stocks for tomorrow. So narrow ADR, which we are going to create with a single line. So because already I have created that particular custom indicator. So without a custom indicator, the scanner is not possible. So if you are joining on my premium channel, I will be sharing you the scanner, but I'm not going to share you the custom indicators. I'm going to share you the scanners link, which we are going to use it. So I'm just going to create here. Just a wait. So let me try to create a scan. So I'm just always trying for a future stocks. So here already I have just created a narrow ADR. So ADR narrow. So this particular indicator which is not available defaultly in charting. So we need to create that indicator. So then only it should be possible. So if you are trying this like Cambrilla, CPR, so a lot of indicator which you have created, based on that we made a lot of scanners also in our premium group which is available. So narrow ADR, high and low. So we are comparing this to should be less than number 0.08. So you can adjust the number to get many stocks. So I'm just going to make very tight range. So these are all the stocks. SBI, Motherson, Bank of Baroda are not today. Bank of Baroda are not today narrow. Okay, but the stocks will be going to be tomorrow's narrow. But in this indicator, we are not getting the tomorrow's level. But if you want to check those stocks and Monday opening, so these are all the stocks which forming a narrow range. So how do we find out this? So after saving the scanner, and we will be easily finding out this yesterday. So for example, this is what happening on 18. So if it is happening on 18, that would be very narrow for today. Okay, so like Tata Power, M&M, India Cement, SBI Card and Idea. So these are all the stocks very narrow which forms today. By this scanner, we will be finding out those trades or other stocks by yesterday itself. So let me check Tata Power what is happening. So yesterday it was very wild move. I lose some amount in this Tata Power. Sorry, I think it is, yeah, sorry, it is Tata Power. So no problem. Tata Power. I'm not doing any trades in Tata Power. So, but it is a huge drop. Suddenly it moves down and recovered back. And today you can look at this very narrow. So it still not breaks this narrow range. Okay, so here with this scanner, it is showing the stocks on 18th but for 19th. Okay, so it is narrow, and you can look at this 2 days back, it is very narrow, and the low is broken, and immediate after next day, it is giving you such a good down move. And this I also key act as a key point, but right now, so we have a narrow ADR that still both the sides is not breaks, and maybe this as a key level for the breakout and as well as breakdown. And one more stock is M&M and India Cements. By this scanner, we can easily filter. You can see India Cement is not closed above the level and it is rejected from that level. Again, in this stock, this is also the key important level. And then one more stock is M&M. So look at this. Here it is giving you the breakout close, and look at this very tight and narrow area. And after the high, which broke in, that would have 1644 and almost 10 rupees move. And from that point, so that we are looking for a breakout. Okay, and one more stock, SBI card and Idea is low value stocks, simply ignored it. And what happened in SBIN? SBIN, I think yesterday was very narrow and it given you the breakout, but still it is on the price. And that is about today. Okay, so yeah, here, sorry, SBIN, right? SBIN, how it came into the scanner. very narrow. So maybe yesterday is narrow on 18, but maybe some issues on SBI. Sorry, it's not about the SBI card. Okay, not SBI bank. Okay, it is a very narrow today. And yesterday also be the very tight, but comparing to the yesterday, today is the very tight range, and it is closed below the lower. Maybe look for a positional swing, something like that in this one. So like that, we will be easily finding out our previous day, one day before the narrow stocks tomorrow, SBI and 2 days back that we have seen, and Petronet, REC. So this scanner will work, and we'll be getting the here is the about the narrow, and here it is closed below, and then bounces back, and it is crossed above, and from that level it is giving you such a good move from 431. Now it is 453. Such a good move on REC also, which is happening based on this narrow and previous narrow one which is happening here. So how do we find out? Simply with the single line of code. It is not about a single line, so we have made a lot of customized the thing on in about this indicator. So then only it is possible with the one line. So maybe that scanner also is going to be shared on our group, so that we are going to looking for a narrow. And even if you want to reduce the number 0.05, very tight, 7 AB capital also be there. And if you want to 0.01, maybe no stocks, only SBI. So this is what a very tight range for tomorrow. That means SBI Life. So tomorrow it's a very tight range which we are going to look for the stocks forming a very tight range tomorrow. So you can adjust with this number and 0.10. If you make a 0.10, we will be getting 7 stocks. So we can change it. So normal, I just use the 0.08. That will always works better. And we can increase and decrease to find out even perfect stocks from this scanner. So I hope you understood the concept very well, and already we are making a lot of videos on ADR that was working fine for 1 or 2 trades in intraday. That is helping you to make such a good opportunities. And I hope you enjoyed this session also. Thank you for subscribing my channel, and if you are not yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining this session, and thank you.